Hello, everyone. This is Murtaza Fazli for the Federal. And today we have been joined by a very special guest, Mr. Paljor. He is the coordinator Apex Body Lay. Jigmet, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया आपका इस इंटरव्यू के लिए ज्वाइन करने का. I know that you have been very busy in all these approximately around 2 months. Uh, so first of all, congratulations that it's a recent development that we have heard, we have seen in the social media that Mr. Sonam Wangchuk has uh, closed his hunger strike just recently with after a communication with the Home Ministry. So, tell us about this development, how it has happened, and how do you see the developments that have occurred in last 2 years, particularly regarding the intention by the central government that they have continuously ignored the voices of Ladakhis regarding the statehood and sixth schedule. And now this development happening after 15 days of hunger strike and 1 month of padyatra. How do you see this?
Yes, first and foremost, thank you, Murtaza, and your team for giving us the chance to express our views. As a apex body, our stand on this demand, the 4 point demand that we have been saying, it's since 2020 when the first apex body was formed in 2020. Later, with the consensus with the Kargil Democratic Alliance, we aligned with these four main agenda that are the statehood for Ladakh or a or a UT with legislature. Or second was the bringing Ladakh under the constitutional safeguard of sixth schedule, and the third demand was the public service commission, separate public service commission for Ladakh, or the concerns related to the unemployed youth, and fourth one
Yeah.
was the two separate parliamentary seat. So these were the four key demands put forward by apex body and KDA together. And Sonam Wangchuk, being a concerned citizen from Ladakh and
Yeah.
an environmentalist and climate activist, so he is supporting Apex Body and KDA in this movement. He is providing the
Mhm.
support from outside. So, so as you know, we have been continuously exercising our struggle in this movement since 2020, and this year it's been almost now 4 years in our struggle, and we have been in multiple talks with MHA, almost a 10 round of talks with MHA, either MHA officials or the ministers or Amit Shah, Honorable Home Minister himself. So out of these 10 meetings or the multiple meetings, we haven't received any fruitful results so far. The last
Yeah.
meeting that happened was in this year, March 4th, where the apex body and Kargil Democratic Alliance later on announced that this talk failed because Ministry of Home or the Honorable Home Minister himself stated that the main key fulfilled. So we were after that the general election came, and we all know the after the formation of the new government. So we were expecting a call for the meeting, and we waited for few months, and even after few months when we didn't see any result or anything coming out from MHA related to the talks or resumption of the talks, then we started agitation, our movement once again started our agitation multiple times in Leh before heading towards the Padyatra, as you can
Mhm.
recall. So this Padyatra began on September, from the September 1st of this year, and We
mm,
walked for over 800 kilometers in a month long time frame. And even after walking for 800 kilometers, we were expecting some sort of a response from the
mm,
government on our demands or the resumption of talks, but it didn't happen.
mm,
And you
mm.
you must um, know that on 30th or the 1st of October, we were detained in Delhi by the Delhi police.
Mhm. Yeah,
So during the detention, uh, we were on the hunger strike, and we put forward two key demands in front of Delhi police officials and even the MHA officials who were negotiating at that moment. The first demand was that to let the padyatris to go to the Rajghat to conclude our padyatra and to pay homage to the Mahatma Gandhi on his
yeah,
birth anniversary. And the second demand was within a time frame or within a 5 days of time, we expected or they themselves promise appointment with the top leadership, plus the resumption a date for the resumption of the talks between MHA and the Kargil Democratic Alliance and apex body. So these two demands were put forwarded by us, and they agreed. Later on, only one of the demand was fulfilled, and we
yeah,
waited for their response until 6th of October. Right. So when we saw that there is no response from the MHA officials on the resumption of talks, then we resumed our hunger strike, and today was
yeah,
the 16th day. And fortunately, would say a good news is we receive finally receive a call from the MHA that the resumption of the talk or the next round of talks will happen on the 3rd of December
3rd of
this year.
December.
Yeah, 3rd of
Mhm,
December this year, under the chairmanship of MOS Home Nityanand Rai. So that is the latest
mhm,
update, and we are satisfied, I would say, because for
mm,
this particularly, this was the key reason that we have mentioned earlier
mm,
also, that we were here
mm,
on the unscheduled because we want to resume our talks between
mm.
our leaders and the MHA. Yes, that
Yeah.
is the overall
So,
update, brief update that
hmm,
I wanted to give you.
yeah, thank you very much. So, Jigpit, how do you see the continuous ignorance by the central government? That you said that you are fighting from last 4 years for the demands that all Ladakhis, including Leh and Kargil, are demanding for. But in the last 4 years, the negotiations that are very marginal, and if that has happened, any sort of negotiation between the Ladakhi leadership and the central government, but the response is not so overwhelming. So, how do you see all this continuous ignorance from the central government and continuous pushing, a continuous resistance from the people of Ladakh under the representation or leadership of the Ladakhi leaders? How do you see this
Yeah.
fight that's currently going on?
We expected this prolonged movement since beginning, because
Yeah.
we have seen multiple movement back in our history, right? So we have gone through multiple movement for our scheduled tribe status, for union territory demands in 1989, and even for the our Hill Council agitation. So all these agitations took time, and we were ready since beginning. But even though this movement, it's already in the fourth year, we can say the fourth year of this movement, we expected some sort of a development in this. But unfortunately, the government has been reluctant. They were not serious, because even after 10 round of talks with MHA,
Yeah.
it wasn't fruitful enough, that Ladakh, that something is there for Ladakh, something is coming out for Ladakh. And the leadership the talks between our leaders and the MHA got failed just recently in this year. So this was unfortunate. We expected some sort of a development, even though the local leadership from BJP themselves, they claim that the center government is in favor of granting whatever possible safeguard for Ladakh. And also central government is ready to negotiate, right, on our demands. But somehow central government has been always delaying the talks, or making some reasons to um, uh, postponed, or some reason to deviate from the demands. So there has been constant efforts from their side, but the leadership in Leh and Kargil, they stood firm, and so far under the support, or with the continuous support from the person like the key person like Sonam Wangchuk, we managed to stood firm on our demands, and right now we are seeing the result that MHA has finally agreed to hold next round of our talks on 3rd of December.
Mm-hmm. So these last 4 years have remained a continuous challenge for the two major bodies of Ladakh, that's APEX and KDA. You have been quite associated with APEX from quite a long time. So one
Yes.
struggle is that there is a continuous tussle with the central government regarding the demands. But how do you see how these all things happen, particularly unifying the whole Ladakh for a common cause? Let's talk about convincing the representation from the Kargil, that's Kargil Democratic Alliance. So, can you tell us, our viewers, about the backstory or the backdrop of the story, how it happened, like the union of Apex body and Kargil Democratic Alliance, and how they agreed to go on for a unified resistance together.
True. So after the abrogation of Article 370, uh, the Leh apex body, or the people from Leh, were more in favor of the constitutional safeguard under sixth schedule for Ladakh, and on the other hand, the people from Kargil, or the leadership from Kargil, they were not happy with the abrogation of 370, as you know. So they were more in favor of either statehood for Ladakh, or the restoration of Article 370 at that moment, before 2020, or before unification of both Apex Body and Kargil Democratic Alliance. So multiple set of rounds. I was there since the beginning, so I have
Yeah.
noticed there were multiple meetings happened at that time, related to unification of both the bodies, because Ladakh has two district, and it is very important that both the districts should come on a same platform, or with the same demand. So in regards to that, our leadership, mostly our senior leaders from Leh, they did a wonderful job. They were very sincere in their approach, and that is how, after multiple meetings, we came on a sort of a common minimum program, or common minimum ground, where both this body came together as a unified force. So after unification, you have seen, both Leh and Kargil coordinated very fruitfully, and we have been successful enough to put forth our voices whenever needed. And we have done multiple rallies, we have done multiple demonstration, even Anshan, you have seen in Leh and Kargil also.
Even
And even this time, when people from Leh, under the leadership of Sonam Wangchuk, started the padyatra, Kargil Democratic also extended their support, while this from the beginning. And when it was concluding in the Rajghat,
Yeah.
Delhi, the Kargil Democratic Alliance also started. They also participated with their Karwa from Kargil with 150 people. So this is
Hmm.
how a complete unified Ladakh we can see.
Yeah.
And this must be, we believe that without the unification of both the
Hmm.
district or the leadership, we cannot achieve our goal. That is how we continuously pursue this unified
Hmm. Hmm.
thing. Yes.
Mhm. So, as you said that has been a huge responsibility taken by the Ladakhi leadership. Uh, I can imagine that in the last 2 or 3 years, the resistance has taken a forward step, particularly the episodes that happen in spring, like people participated in hunger strike for around 60 days. Mr. Sonam Wangchuk himself participated for more than 20 days. So, how do you see that the onus of taking this cause, like an individual responsibility, every Ladakhi is taking, precisely focusing on Mr. Wangchuk, how from the day when he has taken this responsibility on his shoulder and convincing and the people and spreading the message that we have to fight for this, like the hunger strike, then the padyatra, now again the hunger strike. And when I see the press conference, he said that if the negotiations or the talks happen, it's good, otherwise we will continue this. So how do you see the spirit that's going with these people, including you? So how do you see all these things, that the continuous struggle that that's going, the struggle, the pain, despite of the weather, hunger, and the travel, the trauma. How? Please explain this.
Yes, we have been very fortunate that we got a leadership, or we got a very effective, locally known and globally known resource person like Sonam Wangchuk, in our movement, supporting and extending his unconditional support to our movement. So we have seen that he has been vocal to our demands since the beginning, since the abrogation of Article 370, when we got the Union Territory status. So he foreseen the effect of UT without legislature, or UT without a safeguard. So he understand the situation. He understands the upcoming upcoming possibilities. So the main thing that I see is, first thing, the apex body and Kargil Democratic Alliance has shown confidence in him or his
Yeah.
leadership, and because of that he managed to take initiative, or he could manage to gather a courage to stood behind this movement and make it not just a local movement, but also he has successfully managed to take it as a global
Mhm.
movement, because
Global movement.
now globally, yes, now this as you know, we are on the very we are on the uh, very environmentally fragile
Yeah.
ecosystem, or uh, our glaciers are melting. We are the immediate, what we say, we are being affected by climate change
Yeah.
at this moment. So being a figure who is a climate activist, he managed to convey our concerns to the local and plus the global audience. So he also has the courage to take the initiative, and he has taken multiple initiative. He himself has been on hunger strike 3 times now. This
Yeah.
is not just 3 times, it's the fourth time. So
Fourth
first
time.
first time he did it on 5 days, and the second one was for 10 days, and the third one, which just recently happened on the month of March, was for 21 days. And this one, it was supposedly until 28 days, but now this news has come, so we ended our fast on the 16th day.
Hmm, hmm, hmm,
So
hmm,
people have showed confidence in him, and he also managed to sensitize our people locally and the supporters globally. So that is
hmm,
how now each and every people are standing behind him,
hmm,
and obviously after the support and of Apex Body and KD also. So he has managed to sensitize people about this movement, the importance of this movement, and now people are um, fully cooperating or fully involved in this movement. And yes, you can see last time we did our fasting for 63 days continuously. That time we have seen people's representation or people's association with this movement extensively. And even outside of Ladakh, we have seen so many support responses to our movement. So that has been a great achievement for us, and we believe that in coming future also, under the guidance or the leadership of Sonam Wangchuk, Apex Body's leader and the Kargil Democratic leader, Alliance leader, we will achieve our goal.
hmm, hmm. Uh,
Yeah.
so Jigpat, what we I have personally observed that you have also seen that in last 4 years since the continuous struggle for all these things, I feel that most of the Ladakhi civil society and stakeholders from different social and political organizations have joined this resistance movement. But one thing is that the local BJP led party, and particularly which is leading the Ladakh Autonomous Hill Development Council Leh, they have remained a bay regarding a unified voice like Kargil Democratic Alliance and Apex Body. Uh, Almost all the major stakeholders, political and social organizations are on a single platform for this demand, but BJP has has maintained a distance. But now recently this negotiations with the home ministry that the current chief executive councillor LHDC Lay, Mr. Gyalson has taken. How do you see the mediation done by him for this for the demands to resume the talks with the central ministry and to end this hunger strike of Mr. Wangchuk and his fellow padyatris? How do you see this development?
Uh, in regards to the BJP not being a part of Apex Body, this is really unfortunate for us. Um, we always expect all political parties, all civil society, all other organizations to be a unified voice or to be a part of Apex or the Kargil Democratic Alliance. But somehow BJP was initially a part of Apex Body. They initially supported Apex Body in our movement until 2021. Yes. Later on, they denounced themselves from our movement soon after the unification of Kargil Democratic Alliance and the Apex Body, because they may have certain reasons for it. We are not quite sure what was the main reason for denouncing themselves from Apex Body. But recently, as you said, they met Honorable Home Minister. But I noticed their press release that there was nothing mentioned related to the ongoing Anshan. So I'm
Hmm.
not sure whether they had a talk with HM ongoing Anshan. If it does, then I think they deserve appreciation, and not just now. in future also we expect the similar sort of response from the local BJP, that they themselves take the initiative or be a bridge between apex body and the union body, which they have
Hmm.
failed to do in
Last
several years.
2 years.
Yeah, yeah. So
Hmm.
we always expect and we always appreciate if they continue to do this.
Hmm.
And this time, if this has happened,
Hmm.
it is a thing to appreciate. Yes.
Hmm. Jugit, do you feel that Ladakhis are disappointed with BJP, how they how they treated the Ladakhis in last 4 years, since continuous call for the demands for statehood and sixth schedule, for the protections of their safeguards for the lands and their language and vulnerable culture. But do you feel that there's a disappointment at large in Ladakh related to how the central-led BJP government has treated Ladakh and Ladakhis in last 4 years?
Mm, Well, BJP level, and also the union government under local and plus the union government has been known serious on our demands that was put forward by Apex and KDA. So we feel that the dissatisfaction is growing day by day, and I still feel
Hmm.
that BJP has the opportunity to still control the damage. Still, a lot of things needs to be done. Still, the movement is ongoing right now. It's just a one part today, just a date for a negotiation
Yeah.
or a talk has been announced, and still this is not the end. So we still think that BJP has, or local BJP, or the BJP at the center government, they have a lot of things to play. They have a lot of they can do a lot of things. They can actually fulfill the demands, and we quite expect them to perform their duties locally and also the
Hmm.
BJP at the center.
Hmm.
Yes.
Hmm. Hmm. Jigmat, you are quite young, and like many youths, there must be a feeling within you that why should I suffer or struggle in this all these things. So what's the inspiration that since last 4 years you are continuously associated with Apex and struggling for the cause of Ladakhis regarding their demands? So what's the inspiration behind all this? How do you see yourself in all these things?
I see Ladakh and my people as a family. So whenever, in a family there's a pain, there is some sort of a issue, there's some trouble in the family, you always stood by your family no matter what you have. So that is a responsibility as a family member. That is what I feel, and that is the driving force, to be in this to be a part of this movement. And myself, I have been associated with this movement since beginning. So I feel that is also I'm performing a duty at the moment. So I also urge all our youth, especially the youth of Ladakh, to come forward, to help our people, our land, our home. This is the time when you can be an asset or you can be a liability. So you need, I think, I would like to urge all my people to stand by this movement and be a part of this movement.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
As we have seen that in the last, I guess, the month of September, the Padyatra started from Leh and concluded at the end on the 2nd of October in New Delhi. How do you see the resilience that has been shown by these Padyatris, like continuously walking for 800 kilometers from Leh to New Delhi and then being detained on the 1st of October, and all these things happening like continuously, being on hunger strike for 15 days, and like many of the civil society or the people like coming from JNU and Delhi University and civil society of Delhi were also detained to join your Anshan. So, how do you see the resilience shown by these Ladakhi padyatris in all these 1 or 2 months for their for the demands?
Yes, in these 1 month long padyatra, the people have showed tremendous resilience. They have they they walked for over 800 kilometers in a month, and in our padyatra, in the padyatris, they were as young as 18 years old to 85 years old in our padyatra. So this whole journey, because of the dedication or the resilience of the people of Ladakh, we managed to successfully complete the padyatra. And even after the padyatra, we were detained, and then we also, the 25 from the padyatris, they also sat on or on
Yeah.
a fast in Delhi. So this shows that the Ladakhi community understand the movement.
Hmm.
They understand the seriousness of these issues, and they understand, or they are fighting for their future generations. So such dedication and motivation within the community are
Hmm.
being inspired by person like Sonam Wangchuk, the leaders of Apex Body, and the leaders of Kargil Democratic Alliance. And this is all together movement. So all people from all communities, all walks of life, they supported us. They constantly motivated us. Those who those who can walk, they came as a padyatris. Those who cannot, they supported us logistically or financially. So in this movement, we have seen that this is not just a movement of few people. In this whole month, we have seen that this is definitely, or we can say, this is a completely a people's movement, and this is what Ladakh needs. It needs a people's movement, and we have been successful in it. And
Hmm.
we are very thankful to whole community in Ladakh, and also the people who have supported outside of Ladakh also. And because of
Hmm.
their help, their motivation, their prayers, their blessings, we have managed to stood up to this expectation, and we completed successfully. And today we
Hmm.
have achieved what we actually started this padyatra in the beginning.
Hmm.
Yes.
Hmm.
Thank
Jigmet, as rightly said by you, that it's people's movement, and whatever sacrifices that have given, at least to make a decision from the central government that the negotiations, that the talks will resume hopefully in December. So I read in a news article, there was a statement uh, by the chairman apex body, uh, that he said that this the demands that Ladakhis are demanding from the central government, that they are not small things. It will take time, but what
you.
with this Padyatra we are trying to do, that we are giving a signal to the central government that we are willing to resume the talks. So what's your feeling that how long will this will you struggle, will your struggle continue regarding these demands that all the Dakhis are fighting for? So how do you see the journey in future, the future course of action? How much struggle you have to do, or how much time central government will take to get agreed on all the demands that Ladakhi leadership has forwarded to them?
So right now we are still working out on sensitizing people, or we are
Hmm.
still working out on uh, bringing more people into this movement, active people into this movement. We have seen communities coming up and showing their participation, but then on the upfront, those active workers, we are always trying to get those sort of workers in our organization. So why we are doing is we feel that our struggle mm, can go for a longer period, and at the same time we have the 4 point agenda, right? So in this 4 point
Yeah.
agenda, we always try to take one of the agenda as a priority, and uh, try to move forward. So we feel that out of these four, until the all four demands are met, we will be doing or continuing our movement. So this will certainly take time. I think in coming
Yeah.
days we will sensitize it more in our community, and we will try to make it large. And also, this is a very serious movement that we are currently
Yeah.
doing. And people of Ladakh has shown their dedication. They are resolute with the demands that we have put forward, and we will not um, um, will not end until it is fully made. So that
Hmm.
is what I say.